Welcome to Level Up TV at levelupyourgame.net with me, Disrepute, and Vor. Hello Vor, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, hi.
You excited?
Yes, very excited. We saw some good games yesterday, and today is the culmination of the event, ESL Masters Activity Championship Series 1 Platinum event.
Yeah, it is actually called the ESL Activity Matters Cup Series. This is the first event of
First in the series.
Of four. Quick
Series of
live
four.
team deathmatch. And we are on the semi-final in Division 1 here. Mamut versus Coma.
To decide who will face the Russian team of 102 in the grand final.
So that should be a pretty tough team to face when you get to the final.
Yep, and both teams, they've had a fairly tough tournament so far, with Mamut having to beat Sito, who have looked so strong recently, and Coma, they overcame XT, who of course were seeded first for this tournament, and are an ever-present in the online scene with good results. Very strong team. So both teams certainly deserving of their place here in the semi-final.
Looking at the lineups, Mamut have Miso, Rav, Gizmo, and Deeth. Coma have Escoy, Malaka, the King, and Redemptor. I'm not sure if there's a little bit of debate, like they're trying to delay it a bit further, Coma, to get the fourth player in. There was talk about Strengths playing for them. And of course, we saw them yesterday playing with Sharp, so maybe that lineup will still change, but at least Mamut all ready to go. So we're just waiting on Coma now. The first map is going to be Deep Inside, and that was Mamut's map pick.
Yeah, I just noticed that Gizmo was part of Mamut. I mean, is that recent? It kind of must be, surely. Gizmo we've seen playing with EK, I believe, recently.
I think Mamut's...
Maybe even played with Coma before that.
Yeah. Well, I think Mamut's been growing their squad, trying to find the right balance. They've had quite a turnover of players in their time, but I think they've obviously found quite a strong mix now, which in the semi-final stage. Because we're playing for points at this stage in this cup. The finals.
What are those points? What do they count for?
Well,
maybe you should explain.
Yeah, they get you into the final event.
The final?
The finals event. Which will be on a Sunday, so it's the next 4 Tuesdays. Well, of course this is a Wednesday, so it got delayed, this match and the final.
Well, we don't mind that.
It's not too bad. A couple of games, not too bad.
Actually, wait. I do mind. I wanted to see this game last night. I wanted to see the final last night as well.
Yeah, I would prefer if maybe just the final was delayed to one day.
Sure.
But yeah, I don't really know what's going on here. I might have to restart the VOD because they're taking quite a while.
Well, so all that gibberish we've been talking, that'll go to waste.
Well, we can keep it on and people can just note in the YouTube comments the time the game starts.
Yeah, that's one way to get
Would you like that?
It's a way to get a lot of thumbs up. I'm sure some people will like that.
Yeah,
they can be that guy who
that guy, the hero,
and post the time that the game actually starts.
It is useful.
A real community hero.
I could never be bothered to go back and do that myself, but
why not? Service to the community, this.
I know. I'm just
helping your fellow viewers out.
I'm not that helpful.
Well,
this is what I offer as help: streaming a game that people otherwise wouldn't be able to see.
Not the attitude we're looking for, I'm afraid.
You're firing me, are you?
I think going
disciplinary
forward in Level Up, we wish you well in your future endeavours, but going forward, I'm just not sure there's a place for you in the organisation.
I'm not sure you're the right fit for the organisation.
Yeah. Well, let's just say you're under review at any rate.
What's this then? They're trying to delay it 4 minutes. If this game isn't running in 3 minutes, and Coma want 4 minutes, that's brilliant. Then it could be a default to Mamut. So, I mean...
that's not what we want to see, is it?
Here's the solution. If it's going to be 5 minutes till Strengths gets here, and they're going to be forced to default, just start the map. And then, suddenly, the guy they want to sub out has some kind of connection issues, and they need a substitute. Anyway, we might as well talk about some of the players for who's going to be your highlights of either team here.
Well, I think for Mamut, I mean, I'm not sure, I haven't seen him play with this lineup, but I'd say they're quite strong all round. And it's the same for both teams. I wouldn't really pick one standout player that I'm going to expect to, you know, each team to rely on. You know, how some teams can often, you know, rely on, you know, a good team performance being instigated by just one particular star player. But, you know, I think both these teams are just, they're well-balanced, all-round players.
Pretty even across the board, you might say.
Yeah, you'll get good performances from one in one game, and then, you know, someone else will step up and have a good game in another map.
Oh dear, we've ignited some kind of StarCraft debate in the IRC channel. That's never a good thing, people talking about that game.
Yeah, this is Quake, not Star Trek.
Star Trek The Voyager Elite Force, mate.
That was a good game.
As good as Quake.
Was it Voyager Elite Force or was it just Star Trek Elite Force?
Oh.
And Elite Force 2?
You might be
no,
right.
it was based on Voyager, wasn't it?
It was based on Voyager, but I don't know if it had it in the title.
Good point. Because the Elite Force was like a away team or something. They were training for dangerous missions. Good game, anyway. Based on the Quake 3 engine. All good games are based on the Quake 3 engine.
Like StarCraft.
As far as, yeah, like StarCraft. Wow, here we go.
We're ready and up in 5 seconds. Here we go, deep inside. First map of the semi-final. ESL Activity Matters Cup Series, and that LG spawn straight off the bat. Malika going to get the frag with that one, and we switch round to his point of view. Coma 1-0 up.
Yeah, Red Armor's going to be up for him as well. Just got to deal with Miso.
Oh, Miso mopped up the health.
Yeah, really nice, because that leaves Malika with, yeah, no health.
Yeah, he probably should have passed his LG off to his teammate first. I know he's going for the health at mid, but it's such a dangerous route at this stage in the map.
Yeah, and they've lost out on, you know, LG, one of the strongest weapons, no longer have it. Mamut probably have rockets and rails to defend this quad with, and that lightning gun would have really come in handy.
We don't have a quad time up yet.
We don't, but I'm going to guess that it's going to be at 46.
46, okay, Boar's gone for that. That should be in 3 seconds time. Here we go, 1 second. Is it up? No.
God
Got
damn
it
it.
wrong. Unlucky, mate. But it looked like Coma thought it was, and actually Redemptor does grab it. It's a relatively late one. The quad is dispatched, though, by Deeth. So they maintain their score lead.
Yeah, no problem. They seem to have the better control of the map as well, so it doesn't matter if you don't get a quad run. Other team hasn't got one, and you're still looking in a strong position. They'll be happy with their start.
Deeth is a little bit laggy, by the way, so that's not really the stream or anything.
Yeah, I was thinking I had time nudge on, but I actually don't. Yeah, I don't.
Good lad. Deeth just working this lower yellow. So what kind of key items and strategies are we looking at on this map deep inside Brawl?
Well, key areas are, well, areas, not items. Key areas would be the red armor area and the quad area itself.
So you Coma at the moment.
Yeah, you normally see one team at each, and then it's all about contesting the various items around the map.
Good kill by the King. Let's have a look at
Obviously,
the stats. 45% LG Vor.
Yeah, they're quite near to this Mega, which has just come up. That would be one of the key items, but you know, I don't think they had a time on it. They're actually giving away kills by being in that area.
It's following Deeth now. He's on the other side of the map.
Yeah, defending this quad and rail area, and you can see that bounce pad to defend on the bridge, bounce pad in the quad room itself. You know, quite an easy position to defend. Easy for him to hit his rail shots.
He should be hitting a nice accuracy. In fact, he is 83% at the moment.
Yeah.
Won't have had too many shots with that yet, so I would expect that to drop down. If he can keep up that level, they're going to absolutely dominate this map. That catches out the King.
Good players, you always expect them to get a high railgun accuracy on this map, just because a lot of his shots they'll be taking are so easy.
Following Miso now at the quad area. 10 seconds to go. A direct rocket hits him from Malika, who just rocket jumps up, and this could be a decent attack from Coma. Two of their players actually didn't come out with anything in the end, and the quad's going to be in the hands of Mamut. Gizmo takes it. He hasn't really got too much to work with. Oh,
yeah,
gotta
he's
be
under
careful.
pressure as well.
So careful here. Dropping down is probably the right thing to do. He isn't ambushed. Almost got railed there. Comes out on top. Does grab the Mega on top of that, and suddenly he's looking a lot more dangerous around the map.
Yeah, he needed that Mega health to, you know, be able to increase the speed of his run. He had to be very cautious when he was on low health.
Does take out Malika. 2 frags on this run already. Well, No more he's going to get. Ran away as that lower yellow. He just peeked over to see, and it didn't spawn.
Yeah, I mean, not a spectacular quad run. It hasn't really changed the score much. We're still looking at 6 frag difference. So I have to say that Coma did a pretty good job of countering that. They didn't let themselves be easy kills. And that's, the most important thing, isn't it? I mean, you've lost the quad. You've got to make sure you don't let him move around and pick up a lot of kills.
3, 2, 1. Fight.
So Gizmo ending this run, Mamut in control of the bridge quad area, but it seems like Coma's game plan is around that red anyway. We've seen that from the start of the map, so I don't think they're going to be too vexed by it. Good way they've all.
2 hits. Impressive.
Interesting, Rockets does manage to knock Gizmo off. He's actually in a great position to take this red. Oh, he's run out of ammo. He didn't pick up the rocket. Or did he? I don't know.
No.
The crate wasn't there anyway.
Impressive.
Nice
But he's
rail.
hit some great rails, so even though he hasn't been able to get the red, he hit rails on the people looking to pick it up, and another rail.
Too easy,
Very
that
solid
one.
shots.
They gave him that shot. Esco as just milling around by the red sort of area. Doesn't look particularly smooth in his movement. He's finally got a rocket launcher to cycle around
Well,
and
again,
to his teammates.
it doesn't look smooth because it's another lag at this, unfortunately.
Malika's point of view. So the king here in a good position. He's at this upper yellow, got rocket launcher now as well. Looked like he might have just spawned because he didn't have a weapon, but he's got a bunch of armor. Easy rail shot up that bounce pad. Nice rockets and Rava though. He
Yeah,
returns
but you
the
have to
favour.
say only one Coma player, the king, was attacking. So where was his team?
Switch on to
Was it
Malika now. He's gone up the bounce
miscommunication,
pad.
maybe. The king again, the only one on the attack.
Oh god. 3 seconds to go to a quad, and Mamut in a way better position for this quad. But Rav picking up only 9 health. Oh my god, 1 health. He's just survived. Is the 50 up? If he drops it, it's not. Oh my god. Is the 25 up? He doesn't even dare look. Goes for the midfield 25, and suddenly he's not exactly looking strong, but he's looking better. 50 health. That's still 1 rail shot he could go down, or a decent rocket. Just managed to damage himself rather than his opponent there. Wants to push a little bit faster if he's going to make any attack on this red. It's going to be up now. He's going to grab it, in fact.
Doesn't have the exact time on it, I guess.
Whoa! Nice rockets. Takes out Redemptor. Manages to miss the red. Has to go back up for it. But Coma in all kinds of trouble there. If they're wanting to hold the red side, dropping reds. Can't afford to do that. Nice rail on Rav.
Yeah, that means Rab can't even think about going back to that red armor now. I was kind of surprised maybe that he did leave it straight away. He could have just probably stayed there and tried to get some entry damage, maybe on someone coming from lightning gun. But he went looking for that 1 kill.
Let's switch around. Coma.
Have to ask, was it worth going for that 1 kill when he could have maybe stayed in position at red and taken the next one as well?
Well, dealt out a hell of a lot of damage from the players that were gonna get it. You see here, Escu has picked it up himself, gets his first impressive off the map, knocks up in the air. Oh my god! Taken
Doesn't
out.
drop his rail because he fired the last one just as he died, and if you run out of ammo, you don't drop the gun.
Good point there, and he might have planned for that factor.
Yep.
Or it could have just
Possibly.
been lucky for. 20 frags is the margin, pretty much. 15 seconds to go until this next quad. We see Mamut, well, Misso's not in a great shape for it. Rav not particularly either. Gizmo looking pretty decent. He's only got 1 rail shot, but does have a shotgun in hand.
They are waiting to come up the bounce pad.
There you go, Rav, good block. Sorry, D. I mean, good rocket spam blocking that off. The king comes up, perfect
That was
timing,
great
grabs
timing.
it. There wasn't that much defense blocking him from getting it though.
Great rail in the back.
Wow.
Lets Miso pick up that kill. Really nice.
Quad eliminated early on in its run yet again.
Yeah, we haven't really seen much of a effect on the game from either team with quads yet.
No, they've been
Often we can
eliminated
see
early.
dominant quad runs, but not seeing any this time.
Eliminated
No
early.
opportunities for quads to go in, clear out areas of the map. I'm not seeing that at all.
It's the low health they're on when they pick it up. Just had them stack up first before they can really do anything. Of course, that is a strategy you want to work into your game, having a stacked player ready for each and every power-up, at least 1 stacked player. Might mean you stop being aggressive in areas earlier than you might ideally want to in general map play, just to make sure you've got that armor stack ready for the power-up. Of course, that's risky in itself. Cycle round some of the coma players. Redemptor at this red army. He's got 61 health already. He's got a rail. And often the advantage of holding that bridge side of the map is, of course, you get all the rails and you deny your opponents at red the rails. But we've seen quite a few rails from coma. And there's quite a threat then if you got a rail from this side. Wow, he misses those rockets. Could have been caught out. Wasn't particularly, although he was there by Rav just dropping down with the lightning gun.
Yeah, really good job by Rav supporting his teammate. And while Redemptor was focused on trying to pick up the kill, Rav moves in and helps his teammate out.
Very nice work. Dropping down does get the mega timing perfect. The King's surely going to be killed here. Good switch to pummel.
Yeah, you see the King there. He assumed that Rav was going to not miss his rockets, so if he'd have actually stayed with the lightning gun, he would have picked up the kill, but at the same time he made sure
comes in, hits 2 rails, misses his third 1 second before quad. He's going to be a little bit late for it now. Oh, it is grabbed by the King.
King yet again with that late bounce pad steal.
Kind of keeping them in it at the moment.
Yeah, it is. You know, with these quads that he's stolen going to Mammoth, they could have maybe moved the scoreline to a unassailable difference.
I mean, generally it's just been growing slowly. It's in 30 frag margin now in favour of Mammoth. They pretty much remain double the score at all times. Of course, you have to keep piling on those frags if you want to keep up that rate. But relatively speaking, pretty comfortable scoreboard. Nice play by Gizmo there, railing in the player that picked up that red. That was seriously good rail, in fact, and movement in. Took no damage back. Look, another good rail.
Nice one.
It's got to be countered in this position.
And it's all about knowing if you're stood in that red armor room, you've got to know what positions you can stand to avoid getting hit by a railer from where Gizmo was stood.
They're going to have to give up this red.
Well, it seems like they actually want to give up this map, never mind the red.
Cycle rounds. 2 of them waiting at this sort of LG position. Malak 5 health, 100 armor, but no weapon. The King, lower bounce pad below quad. Remember, the mercy limit is 50 frags, so when the difference becomes 50, the game's over. And I have to say, Voice, on the way.
Yeah, I'm not sure that Coma are really, trying anymore on this map. I don't know if that was literally, we want to change to the next map, but it sounded like Malak had maybe close to giving up.
King taking out Deeth, doing a great job underground in this LG spawning area. Just spamming those spawn points. It's a 40 frag margin, 10 more frags, gain in difference, and this map's over. 4 seconds to go before quad. Deeth moving in, there's plenty of Mammoth players. They pick it, look at this! They all come at the bounce pad so easily.
Well, that bounce pad has worked for them on the last few quads where it's allowed the King to steal, but not this time.
Well, I guess it becomes a bit predictable after a while.
Yeah, Mammoth would have been a bit annoyed, I think, if it had worked yet again.
They had like 3 players just facing them as they come up the bounce pad. Look at this run by Deeth, 7 kills for. You don't often see that many, well 8 in the end on a quad run, but if you give them quite a few at the start, going up the bounce pad is always going to end in a higher.
And 1 more kill disc for the mercy limit.
Here we go. Might be the spawner kill. There we go.
There you go.
1-0. Simple as.